Good afternoon. This is Mike with TabSite. We want to welcome you to today's webinar, and we're looking forward to our time together. I have Troy Rumfeld with me, and we're going to be focusing today on a demo of a number of the TabSite features, and we're hoping to get into some that maybe you haven't tried yet, and also remind you of a few key ways that you can get the most out of using TabSite. So we're going to go through just a couple of quick things related to Facebook's some changes, and then we're going to get into the demo here. We want to invite you to feel free to ask questions on the GoToMeeting question board there, and also feel free to tweet live, and we're going to be using the hashtag TabSite, so #TabSite. And we also want to remind you that from the attendees of today's webinar, we are going to be having a drawing which we'll announce on our fan page tomorrow for a Free for Life TabSite Gold plan. So stay tuned, and it's for those who have attended. Just quickly, yes, we will be sending out a email to all those who have attended with a video replay link. We will also post the slides, so all that will be coming, but today's focus is a demo on key TabSite features, latest news from TabSite, and making sure that you're maximizing that investment. So with that, we're going to get started. Take a look again at the agenda. We talked about the news, the demos, and a substantial question and answer time, so feel free to be posting questions, and we're going to plan on addressing all of those for you today. A couple things we just want to make sure you're aware of, and that are changes that Facebook's making with pages. Just at the end of this month, the discussion tabs and review tabs are going away. They have found that those features were not used greatly, so those are going to start seeing those, and we have in fact seen some already going away, but discussion tabs and review tabs are going away from fan pages at the end of this month, and we want to encourage you again to use a feature such as the Facebook comments as a way to have on your tab the ability to interact around a topic. So with the TabSite Gold plan, you can implement the Facebook comments social plugin, and this is a good way per tab to be able to have a focused discussion that integrates people's comments right there. So we want to recommend that to you. And the other big announcement that we want to point your attention to again is this came out in September, that FBML tabs are going to be removed, and any tab that has that little icon, that gray one that you see as we've posted there, that those FBML tabs are going to be removed by Facebook, and we have a little bit of details from Facebook again that on January 1st this coming year, 2012, they're no longer going to be supported, so they're not going to take a look at fixing anything, working on bugs related to FBML, any of that type of thing. So if it is on a tab that's in use, it will work, but they're not going to be supported or have any bug reports that are active for those. And then in June of next year, they are going to remove all FBML apps totally from fan pages, so they will be gone. And if you remember earlier this year was the big move from FBML to iframes. All TabSite tabs are iframes. There's nothing to worry about. We're just letting you know in case you have some old legacy tabs that you're going to want to consider moving those over to TabSite and creating TabSite tabs and getting rid of the old FBML totally. So I just want to make you aware of that as time progresses here. And I'm going to turn it over to Troy to talk about some new features, some new things coming with TabSite.
Right, so I wanted to introduce our new Pure White Label program. This is it's a great solution for agencies, marketing firms, web designers, web design agencies, hosting firms, social media platforms, social media managers, all those types of things. This is we're calling it a pure white label program, mainly because there's no reference to TabSite anywhere on that. With some of the other white label programs, they'll remove their branding, but links and where images and information are pulled from, still you can see some of that URL information and understand where it's from. Ours is a pure white label. It's all anonymous. Your customers will not see any reference to TabSite whatsoever. So, talking a little bit about pricing, the pricing for this is $249 a month. It'll include 50 tabs with that, and then any tabs over 50 will be simply $1 per month in addition to that 250. So it's a great cost-effective solution for any agencies or marketing firms, small or large, either way. And so all these are also gold packages. So there's no bronze, silver. All the pure white label, they get all the features and all upgrades associated with TabSite moving forward. So it's a great opportunity, and we already have several people signed up and are looking for more people to come and sign up. So if you are an agency and feel like it'd be a great fit for you, we think it'd be a great solution to help you offer fan pages and manage fan page content for your clients.
All right, with that, we want to get right into the demo time and get into some TabSite features and things. So I'm going to bring up my browser here. And we're going to take you to the TabSite Manager area now and go through a number of features and tools that are available to you. And the first thing that we want to point out when you come into the Manager area are your tabs. These are the tabs that are on this fan page. And we want to point out the pencil icon and the drop down that accompanies that. So if I click on the pencil icon, there's a couple important features here that are available to you per tab. So as we go down through these, number one, with a tab, you can, with a paid plan, you can edit the tab and rename the tab right here. If you have a gold plan, you can edit the custom tab icon. So that's available to you there. You'd get a, it would open up, and you'd be able to load your image in there. You can also delete a tab right here, and it's just going to delete this tab and all subpages of this tab. And this is a spot where you can set the tab as default on your fan page. So this is important to do if you want to use a tab and have the Lightgate feature active. You want to make sure that you come to this before you launch that live and use set as default here. If for some reason you accidentally were on your fan page and in the left navigation there you hit the X and removed it from the fan page right there, you can come back here to the TabSite Manager and simply go here and use the Add to Fan Page, and it will add it back on to your fan page. So that's just a good help in case you accidentally were on your fan page and were moving them up and down to sort them in order and removed it. And then the last feature there is the ability to remove the tab from the fan page. And just going across the top then, if you do have more than 4 tabs on your page, you can of course use the drop down and you'll see other tabs. So we wanted to just take you through that quick, and now I want to just go through the process of adding a new tab to the fan page and to the TabSite Manager area. So I can simply click on Add a Tab. It's going to ask me to integrate with Facebook. I'm pressing OK, and it's going to go through the process here of creating that app. So step 1 is complete here, and we need to follow the instructions to follow this link to go to the app and get the app secret, which we're going to paste into the area below. So I'm going to follow the link. That opens up the TabSite app that I'm working on. I'm clicking the secret. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back, and I'm simply pasting that in. And I'm going to set up application. Control V also works there for pasting in your application secret. Now I'm going to name my tab. And again, this can always be changed later. And notice that the publish to fan page is checked. If for some reason I want to work on a tab but I'm not ready yet to add it to the fan page, I can unselect this and it would not add it to the fan page, and then we can go through that feature I just showed you in the pencil icon drop down to add to the fan page later. So in this case, I'm going to leave it go to the fan page and I'm going to create the tab, and then basically this sends the information to Facebook to begin the tab creation process. And so we're interacting with the Facebook API at this point in time, automating all that process for you of setting up the tab. You'll get the success message that your tab has been created. Click OK, and that tab is going to open up for you, and you're ready to go to get started. So that's the beginning of the process for creating a new tab. And what I want to show you now is a couple quick features that give you a lot of power and give you a lot of potential. So this is my image tray up here. I've loaded images into my image tray, and remember with Firefox and Chrome you can easily load images by dragging them to this drag to upload pad area here. So I've got images, and I've also got some subfolders of images. I'm going to click on my demo folder. It's loading those images. Now I've got a little image here that's a simple image, 520 pixels wide, 23 pixels high. Let me just drag it down, and there you can see it. So that's a simple image, but what I want to do is use this image to create an entire background for this fan page, so that's going to be repeating across there. So what I'm going to do is just actually get rid of the image right now, and I'm going to go to a powerful little area called Tab Properties. This gives you a lot of features. So what we see here is a number of tabs, and number one is the background tab, and I can take my image that I wanted, select that one, and here it is. It's going to say this is the new image, and then with I have some options here of background properties. So I want to repeat this one, and I'm going to repeat it vertically, and I want to start from the top and horizontal position. I'm going to start it at the left, and we're going to allow that to be our image. And I'm going to uncheck the transparency and select that one, and boom, there I have it. My entire background is repeated with this simple image across there. So I've just not created a nice background image. I'm going to go back into tab properties just to show you a few other things. The other tab height. Oftentimes we're asked, what do I need? Can I make my tab height higher? You can set it here with a fixed number. You can allow it to auto adjust as well. And let me just cancel out of this, go down to show you how it can be made taller very simply. And then I have my little pad here. I'm just putting my mouse over it and I'm dragging it, and I've made it longer. So then I can go in and go back to other, and now I'm at 7,000. I just scaled it big quickly, or I can auto adjust and I can make it whatever I want. Let's say it's 1100 that I want to make it, and I can accept that, and that will make the height of that page 1100 pixels high. So that was just a simple way to control it. The other options in the tab properties are, if you have subpages, you can have square by default or rounded subpages that will appear on yours. And with the square ones, we currently have some options to change the border color of the subpage tabs, the background color of the subpage tabs, the font color of those, and even the font style for your subpages there. So that gives you some power. And then a new feature that we have is the ability to check keyword density for your tabs on your fan page. Okay, so this is going to read the content and analyze that for keyword density. So we're one of the few companies that we offer the microsite feature, where you can publish your TabSite tabs to the web, and so therefore they're getting indexed better by search engines. Search engines can find them and get indexed. People come to the microsite, and then they're a easy click away to your fan page. So we recommend taking a look at your keyword density within your tabs. So you can analyze it by single word, 2-word phrases, 3-word phrases. It's going to tell you what that density is, and in the sentence up here it tells you that keyword density recommended by search engines is typically your most important words should rank in the 3 to 7% density range. Okay, so as you see here, TabSite Manager in the 5.88 realm, so we're good to go in that case. So that's just a couple details that we wanted to go over with you on tab properties and key features within that. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Troy now to take us on to the next steps.
All right, thanks, Mike. What I'm going to do is, oops, get that off there. What I'm going to do is just run through the widgets quickly and kind of just talk about some features throughout the different widgets that we have, maybe some things maybe people haven't thought of or aren't aware of. So I guess I'll get started and pull in the content widget. So I pull that over, and what that does is opens up a screen allowing me to put in content. So I can type in any type of text I want, and save that. I can format it, bold, italicized. There's a lot of kind of WYSIWYG editor tools that you can utilize in here for text. I also wanted to point out on the right-hand side here, there's padding options, and what those do is allow different padding around the text. Sometimes you don't want your text slammed right against the edge of the widget, or you want to add a little padding on there. You can add top, right, bottom, left. You can add padding to any of those. So by default, they're 8 pixels, and you can incorporate padding of any size you want there. So that's a nice way to lead in the eye to some text if necessary. So that's a little bit about the content editor. It's just really just where you want to edit and work with your text. So I'm going to remove that. And then that's another thing here is you right-click on any widget. You'll have an edit widget, which, as you can see, will take me back, and I can edit that widget. I can bring that widget forward if there are multiple widgets in the layering system. I can move them back. I can remove the widget, or I can actually lock a widget as well. So that way, that widget can no longer be moved. If I want to try to move that, if I lock that, I'll no longer be able to move that until I unlock that. So I'm going to remove this widget, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to the image widget. So the image widget is one that you can drag images to the uploadable drag pad, and it'll automatically drop that image in there. You can also grab images from the image tray above. As you can see, I can drop in that image, and you can easily put that image in there. There's also a link option if I want to incorporate a link up there. If I want to link that to TabSite, that image to TabSite, I can click link, and it'll easily incorporate a link on top of that image. So there's a couple of different ways. Like I said, you can drag it to the drag pad, or you can pull it down from the image tray and get that image onto the TabSite, so you can see that image is there. You can also grab corners and resize these as you will. So that's just a quick overview of the image widget. I'm going to remove that one, and then I'm going to move into the Facebook widget. As I drag that one over, the Facebook. These are the Facebook social plugins. So we have the like, the share, the activity feed, recommendations, like box, face pile, comments, and send. All these are just great tools to get your fan page more social, to make your fan page more interactive and overall just more engaging to your fans. So you can add any of these into a widget. Activity feed's great. You can add pictures of your friends, like box, anybody who likes your page, you can incorporate that in there. Face pile as well. Add the send button. Comments is great. It always allows you to allows anyone visiting your page to comment on it as well. So these are great tools and highly recommended to make your website, or I'm sorry, your tab site a lot more social. So remove that one. Next widget up is the video widget. The video widget allows for YouTube, allows an FLV file, a flash video, and also allows Vimeo code. So the one thing I want to point out here is to make sure that you are adding the code, the embed code from your YouTube video, and not the YouTube link. That's kind of a common thing people have been doing. They need to make sure they go in and add that embed code as opposed to the link, and put that paste that into the YouTube area there, and then you'll have a YouTube video show up. You can resize it and do what you do what you want as well there. You can enable that to autoplay. You can also use a preview image to kind of put it up there as a preview that'll show up before, because oftentimes YouTube only pulls certain clips out of the video. So use a preview image. You can choose which image you want to show up and actually put an image in front of that video, so it looks a little more enticing for people to click and move forward through that video. All right, removing that one. Next is the YouTube channel feed. Unlike uploading a simple YouTube video, this is actually your YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, you can enter your YouTube channel name in the field up there. You can enter a feed title, which is optional, and you can show the number of videos that play. So the great thing about this is that as you upload videos to YouTube, they will automatically show up on your TabSite. There's no need to upload each individually. So this is a cool way to keep things up to date and current on your fan page through your YouTube channel. All right, remove that one. Next is a simple RSS feed widget. So if you have an RSS feed, a blog that you want to put in to your TabSite, you can simply enter the RSS feed into the field there. You can enter an optional title. You can choose how you want that to lay out. You can choose full blog showing all content. You can choose just show so many characters, like maybe 200 or 400 or something like that. And looks like we're having a little bit of a audio issue here. Also, the next one allows you to show one main blog, and then you can show all the entries below that are just maybe 200 characters and so forth, and you can see how many you want to show, and by default it's 3. There's a character display, and you can show how many characters you want to do, and you can also choose a cell color of that blog feed as well. You can click this little thing, will show a transparent background, and if you don't want to have a cell color at all, you can show your background behind that. So moving on through there, Twitter widget is a simple way to add your Twitter feed to your fan page. With this one, if we want to type in TabSite into that feed, we can do that. We can enter a feed title if we want to, and then we can just select like 3 different posts to display. So I'm going to actually accept this one because I want to show you a little bit more information. So it'll grab that information. You can pull that a little bigger to see all three feeds there. That's our TabSite tweets, and that's TabSite's the latest tweets there. So if I right click on that and edit this widget, I want to look at these container properties. Now all widgets have container properties. You can adjust the font color, you can adjust the link color, heading color, background color. You can use a background image behind that if you choose, and just like the background image that Mike talked about earlier, you can justify that left, top, repeat it. You can do all sorts of things there. I'll just kind of give you a quick example. I'll just change the link color to red there, accept that, and as you can see, all the links turn red now. So it's just a simple way to adjust that. But that's again in the container properties, and all widgets have container properties to control some of the font colors and links and so forth. So you can access container properties with virtually any widget out there. So I'm going to remove the Twitter widget, go into the Flash widget, and this one is just simply an place where you can embed Flash code into a widget. Here's some example code that you might see, or information that you might want to put in there. So it's kind of an example to show what it'll look like when you put that in there. So you can also use a preview image like you could with the YouTube video. You can actually show an image that'll show before maybe your Flash video plays if it's interactive that way. So it's just a place to embed Flash video. The next one is a photo show widget, and this one is something we're actually going to show a little later, but it allows you to go ahead and you can add images from your image tray in there, and you can slide those images around. You can add a link to those images if you want, so each image will link to a unique URL, and then once that displays on the page, anybody viewing your page can go ahead and sift through those images and click on them if they want to find out more information or go to an outside link at another fan page or another website URL. All right.
Troy, I'm just going to jump in here quick. We had a couple questions that were related to things that were identified, so I thought I would try to just make sure we're keeping people current with some of the questions that were going on there. Let's see. So the one was back to the white label when Troy was talking about that, and he said, the question is there any reference to TabSite? Does this include the small icon in the left panel menu? Yes, it does include that, the icons in the left navigation of your fan page, and yes, there is no reference to TabSite in the white label. So all banner ads are gone. The icon, you control all of those icons. When you post to wall, you control what your app says and the images that go in there. So it is truly a white label. And next question was, you called it a tab, but you're really making the page longer. So yes, we're working on our tab, and that we call that the page of content that is on that tab, and so that was what we were making longer. So we are making the visible content when we drug that down longer on the tab that would appear on the fan page. There was also a question about we said there's a variable height. Yes, absolutely variable height. The width, that is a set size, 520 pixels. So that goes out to Andrea there, was that question, what's the width? And
that's set by Facebook as well. That's nothing we set. That's just simply the width that is allotted via Facebook.
Yes, and so we'll get to some of these other questions along the way, but yes, you're under a silver plan. Can you upgrade to gold? And it will be prorated. So yes, you can upgrade from a lower plan to a higher plan, and we prorate that cost that you will pay, so that you are getting credit for that. We're taking into account the time that you've used it and when your next billing date is. So it is prorated based on your next billing date, but yes, you do get credit for what you've already paid when you're upgrading.
Okay, so we got some questions there. To keep those questions coming, we'd be glad to answer whatever we can here. I'm gonna look at the product show widget, just like the photo show widget that I showed you a little bit ago. This is actually called product show, and I can add images to this as well. I can click on that. I can add an image link, so that image will link somewhere, but I also can add a buy now link, which a little buy now button will show up on each image, and you can link that to an outside store. If you have a shopping cart system or e-commerce solution outside that you want to link people to, you can link them to that e-commerce solution so that they can purchase that product right then and there from your Facebook page.
Yeah, and this is Mike, and I would just add to that you don't want to overwhelm people with too many products, so Product Show is a great way to focus your e-commerce efforts, because if you have a website where people can purchase products, here you can showcase a few of your key items or those that are on special, and have the product image there, and then basically link off to the website for purchase, as well as have that buy now feature there that takes them right to the add to cart page on your website. So that's our current e-commerce solution for you there to be able to drive more traffic to your key products on your site.
Right. So Product Show, yeah, it's a great way to get people to your e-commerce site and purchase more products. Moving through the contact form widget. This is a widget. It's a simple contact form that allows me to enter in an email address, and when I enter in an email address, it's just a simple form that allows them to fill out right on your Facebook page. The response message is just it can be a simple thank you. It's what they see after they submit their email address to you. So if I accept that and show you that, it's just a simple contact form, name, email address, comments. They can submit that. After they submit that, it'll say thank you. You can move that anywhere you choose. And these at this time are set fields as well. So you only get the name, email, and comments. We don't at this point allow you to add your own fields in there as well. But that's something we are exploring, and it's kind of been on the roadmap. I'm not sure exactly when that will come out, but that'll be down the pipe here. Moving through that widget into a email sign-up widget. We kind of partnered with Constant Contact, Delivera, and MailChimp, and we allow each of those services. You can embed your code right here, and we recommend that you use your HTML code on that as well. So make sure it's the HTML code, not other code. In some cases, they give you a JavaScript code and things like that. Make sure it's your HTML code you want to embed there. So this allows people to, once it's in there, they can sign up for your email newsletter, and it's a great way to accumulate a list through there. So right now we have Constant Contact, Delivera, and MailChimp. You can sign up for any of those services right here if you choose. If you already have a service, you just go ahead and embed your code in the allotted area there. Next is the code widget, and this is a widget that's just simply, it's really wide open. It allows you to put any third-party code from any other resource out there. Aweber is one popular one that people use a lot to incorporate code in there. They use any type of code you want. There's Google Forms, PayPal buttons, different things like that can be incorporated into the code widget. So anytime any code you have from a third party, you can drop it in here. It'll show up as a widget, and you can position it anywhere you choose. So that's a great way to add virtually anything. You can write your own code and put it in there. If you're savvy enough to write your own code, you can drop that in there as well. One thing I do caution that if you are writing your own code or adding links to images and different things like that in the code widget, make sure that those images are secure URLs, because if they're not, there's a chance you might get a warning from Facebook, depending on the person's security settings, telling them that is not a secure link, or there's an unsecure link on this page. So that's a possibility. So writing your own code, that's just something we'd like to caution you on. All right. We also have the Hotlink widget. Hotlink widget is another simple widget. Really, you just type in any URL up there, and anywhere that box is, that's a link. So it's kind of like a hotspot on your fan page. So you can create an image and drop a hot link on there, and you can click on that hot link, and it'll take you to any URL you choose. So you type in a URL here, click on that. It's just a simple way to link that out to another outside URL. It's great for if you have images that are kind of tight and you don't want to slice them up into little pieces. You can just create one image, you could drop it on there, and then you could add hot links all over the top of that as well. So hot links are a great way to easily add links to outside sources. The Google Map widget is a great widget, relatively new widget for us. It allows you to add your address and post that on your fan page. And the whole map shows up. It's interactive. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can do all that type of stuff. You can actually add multiple locations. So say you are a Subway franchise and you have three Subway locations. You can add your 3 Subway locations on that page, or your restaurant locations right there, and they would all show up right there. You can zoom in and out of that map and show whatever you want, whatever level you want. You can move that all around, interact with it. You can save that, and that's exactly how it will show up on your fan page, allowing people to easily interact with that map. Once you add your information, you click Add Marker, and that adds right in there. The center and zoom just kind of centers in on your icon once you have it on there. These links down here provide directions. This is once you add that to your fan page, there's a link that you can click on. They will be able to enter their address and get directions to your location. So it's a great way for anybody looking for directions or locations, a good way to do that. They also give you the option of driving, walking, or bicycling. Those are all optional types of directions. In some cities, it's faster to walk, so they give walking directions. In others, it's faster to drive or bike, whatever the system may be. So. Yeah, a great resource, great tool, great way to show off your location and allow people to find you easily. All right. Next is the YouTube video show. So unlike the regular YouTube video and the YouTube channel, the YouTube video show allows you to add unique videos to your fan page, as many as you want. You can choose which unique YouTube videos you want to add to that page. So Similar to YouTube channel, but you can select your videos, and it also sets them up in what we call a slideshow format, so they can slide through these videos, select the one they want. It'll pop open right above and play that. You can add all that information right into this widget. It's a great way if you're video intense, you have instructional information to put out there. Adding these YouTube video shows is a great resource for that. The Google +1 is bringing Google into Facebook a little bit. I mean, we're allowing you to add the +1 button in there. You can add your URL. You want a +1. Anytime someone clicks on that, it'll Google and add a +1 to that. You can choose different sizes of button. Then you can also show or not show the count. So if someone has 400 Google +1s, you want to show that, you can show it or not show it on that. So it's a great way to interact with Google there. The iframe widget, another simple widget that allows you to easily add any URL you want in there, and it'll automatically show that URL contents within your TabSite. So the only thing I kind of caution you on is that TabSite, like we mentioned earlier, is 520 pixels wide, and you want to make sure that if you're linking to a URL or a page that it is 520 pixels wide. If you developed it somewhere else, you can easily add that URL in there and incorporate it in there. If it's some larger or page that's beyond 520 pixels wide, it will likely get cut off there. The scrolling refers to vertical scrolling. You can have it auto scroll. You can turn scrolling on or turn scrolling off. So iframes is a great way to develop information outside and bring it right into your fan page. Below here we have a couple other widgets that are not yet released. Mainly these are what we're calling kind of a generic template widget. This is one that's going to be right for restaurants. What we're in the process of doing, just so you guys know, it's kind of a coming soon. This is kind of a breaking news, but we would absolutely are looking to have templates out there for you guys to easily create pages and give you some design direction and so forth. So that's something that's coming in the near future. We're going to have templates and all sorts of resources for you in regards to templates. So that's kind of sums it up for the widget tutorial. We just kind of want to go over some of these basic features and give you some insight on how these can be used and give you some insight on that. So I'm going to pass it back over to Mike, and he's going to follow up with a little more direction.
Yeah, I saw another question that came in along the way, and that is if you're not using Firefox or Chrome, how do you load images? If you're using like Internet Explorer or something that doesn't allow drag and drop, then this drag to upload area changes into a browse and upload function. So you would click on that, and you would be brought up to a dialog box that allows you to go to your computer and search for images and upload them that way. So that it's just replaced by a browse to upload a file option simply right here. So what I'd like to do is go through a few other items, and again, we have already loaded some images to this tray, and I've already got my background image in here. And so let's just say I want to customize a little bit further. So maybe I want to bring in a little header image here, and so I could simply do that. So now I've got, if we scroll down a little bit, I've got my header image with some boxes in it, and then again I got my repeating background down below here. So what I'm going to do is grab the content widget and bring that over to the brown area. Like I want to add some text there, and it's just going to do a little customization here. Let's just add the word welcome, and I want to make that a little bigger so it's going to fit in that space. So let's make it a larger size. Then I'm going to go to container properties again, this powerful area behind the scenes there, and I can see what my default color is, and I know I'm going to have a brown background there, so maybe we're going to go with the fall theme, and I'm going to customize that in a little bit of a orange color. And if I did have a link, what color would I want that link to be? So I had some options there. And let's see here. And I want my content to be transparent, so I'm going to leave that checked behind there. So I'm not going to have a solid color behind it. I'm going to put accept, and there's my orange text that I added. I'm just making my box kind of fit the size. if I wanted to, move that around. So now I've got my one piece of content sitting right there, and I'm ready to go with that one. Let's say that I wanted to add something else to my tab. I can take a look at some different options. I'm going to go back to my home folder, and I have some images here, some different pieces that I can scroll through to see what I want. I can always go to a larger view to take a look at some of my images, and perhaps I wanted to add a register now, so I could add that down to the mix here, and I could easily and quickly go through these different components as let's just do another piece. What do we have below here? Go back. I want to put that Twitter feed back in that we were using there, so I'm going to quickly add this. I'm not going to put a title in. I'm going to put in 3 tweets there, and I'm going to have that transparent in the back and accept that. All right. Here's our tweets that are coming through live right now, and maybe I decide that as I look at that, that kind of needs to have something else that's maybe behind it there. If I wanted to do this now, so here's a classic example of a image covering my Twitter feed right now, and I'm going to let Troy get to that in a little bit of what we might want to do with that and how we might want to move that around. But so basically, what I've added here is I can layer some images. I can put some different pieces together, and then I can move them around and do some things with it. So I'm going to leave it like this now, and Troy's just going to go into the last couple components of some of the power that TabSite offers with layering what you've put together.
All right, thanks, Mike. So yeah, I wanted to show you quickly how to add a like button in here as well. So if we get in there, if we could type in a URL to like here, maybe we can type in http www.tabsite.com. And then we can we'll just kind of leave the settings there. You can add a button count if you want. You can show faces if you choose, and so forth. We can kind of accept that. As you can see, it drops a little like button in there. A lot of times I'll resize it to fit there. So we want to add. We can move that like button. Wherever we choose. So we want to put a like button up here, just kind of center it up there, and it shows the like count and so forth. So that's the simple way to add a like button. We can move that anywhere we choose. The next feature I'd like to kind of introduce or show is the photo show. So I'm going to add a photo show kind of right in this general area. I have some photo show images kind of ready to go in a subfolder up here. So I'm going to click that subfolder, and these are images. And how easy it is to add these, just simply click on them, and they simply drop right in. So these images are just some standard images that we have for a photo show. So if you select one, you can see it highlights orange. That's selected. You can add an image link up there if you choose. So that image then would link to whatever URL you want to move to. I think I showed this earlier, but you can move these however you want, organize them. Of course, the first one will always show up first. We got a Thanksgiving theme since we have Thanksgiving coming up here soon. So yeah, so we can accept that. We'll show that. We'll put that photo show in there. We can even grab that photo show and kind of resize it to fit the size of this area. So we can move that down a little bit, kind of fit it in there, make sure it fits in there. So once people see this live, they'll be able to scroll through that information and see all the information there. So moving down to what Mike was kind of getting at earlier is what is called layers. So all tab sites have layers. As you can see, if you highlight over here, that'll highlight over there, so you know that layer is there. That is on top of the Twitter layer. So if I take this, simply grab it, drag it below, now you can see that layer shows up above. The Twitter layer is now above the brown layer behind it, so it's moved that up and down. You can layer your images any way you choose. If any of you are familiar with Photoshop, this is a very similar way to adjust and layer things and put them up and down on top of each other. Great way to create a very nice fan page utilizing layers. So What I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this as a template. So I'm going to save as template, and I'm going to name that template just template 1. I'm going to save that. So now I've saved that as a template. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up or create a new sub page. So I'm going to save my work here that I've done, and I'm going to save that and call it test page. And now it tells me that that's saved. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to open a new sub page. And yes, I've saved that. Your page has been saved. And I'm going to open up over here the templates area. So there's several templates in there, and here's my template 1 that we just created. So this is a great way to save templates and recreate content if you have several similar type I guess fan pages that you're working with. You can use this across any fan page you want. So anytime your templates are over there, you can use this and pull these in anywhere you choose. So you can develop one for one fan page, save it as a template, pull this template over, and it'll easily create that same content. So I'm going to drag this over, and I just simply drag it, let it go, and it gives me an alert saying that some links may need to be updated. In this case, they don't need to be updated. They're fine. So this recreated exactly what I have just created through this demo process. So everything is right there. I can use that template over and over again if I choose. I can save templates over there to use for a later date, whatever I want. So this is an exciting new feature that we've added, and we feel like it's going to be a great time saver for a lot of people who develop similar content. Another thing I'd like to do is simply add a like gate. If I go to I'll close out here. Just go to my pages, then open subpages. You can see that right up here at the top, there's a like gate, and all main level tabs have their own like gate. So if you click like gate, and I want to save that page real quickly, that template page that I just set up, and taste that as temp there, and then now I open up that like gate, and I can simply add a like gate. I can add any widget information I want to that like gate. So I have a simple widget or a simple image that I put together to add that in there. It just simply says like my page. So this is a like gate image that you can drop in there. And a like gate, for those of you who don't know, that's the image that or information that will show up, enticing people to like your page. Then they can see the content behind that page. So a like gate, I can save that information. And so now anybody who comes to my page, my like gate is enabled, and I want to make sure I show you how to do that. If this is red, you need to click on it, and it'll move to green. Now the like gate is enabled. Anybody coming to my fan page, clicking on that tab, will see that like gate first, and will have to like my page to see the content behind there. So it's a great way to entice people to become fans and increase your fan base. Like gates are a great way to do that. So that's like gate.
And we had a question related to that, and that is if you have to set that tab as the default tab, and then you have to turn your light gate on. You have to have content live underneath it. So in this case, we would also want to turn whichever page we want on. So that is, they're going to see the light gate first if they haven't liked the page, and then upon liking it, it's going to refresh to whatever page we have as default for them to see if we have multiple pages in our tab. Now, the question was raised, can I set a TabSite tab as default for everyone, even after they've liked it? The answer to that is no. Facebook, in their help documentation, if you go there, they outline that you can set it for new people who have not liked the page, but once they have liked the page, then Facebook's going to default them to the wall on their return visit. So, but the light gate fan gating is a great technique, again, to give them a great first impression, to give the new visitor some specific information, to encourage them to like the page, what you're about. And with TabSite, you can use any of the widgets. You're not just limited to an image. You could have a video there. You can have content there. You can have multiple things to really engage them and get them to like the page, and then the page refreshes on that first time to the content of the tab below it. On their subsequent visits coming back, then they would be taken to the wall. All right, and with that, we want to get to a number of the questions that have been building up here. So that was a couple of them that we wanted to address, and I'm just going to scroll back up. Someone was interested in seeing how we load an image to our image tray there. So okay, let me see if I can get to a folder here quickly, and all right, so I'm just going to bring this across here, give you an idea. This is my computer, one of my folders, and I have a number of images in it, and I can simply take an image, and with Firefox and Chrome I can just drag that across to that upload area. You see that green there and the plus. I let it go. It's telling me it's loading, and it has loaded that image in. And right there, I put in a transparent one with the TabSite on it, but that was the image we just loaded. So that's as simple as it is to drag images over, and you can drag them actually in groups.
And just a thought on that as well. I think we mentioned this earlier, but I just kind of wanted to reemphasize the point. With IE, you'll receive a browse button as opposed to the drag pad up there. IE just simply doesn't support that technology. I think they will here soon, but as of right now, the drag and upload is for Firefox and Chrome, Safari, and then the IE you have to use the simple browse button.
All right, there was a question about are we planning a widget that allows you to bring in background music to a tab? We don't have specific plans to do something functional like that because with the gold plan and the code widget, you have that capability to bring in some type of outside code of a music file that's hosted elsewhere, and bring that into the tab that way. So that's our plans for that one at this point in time. There was a question about how many images with the Photo Show widget, and I think Troy did address that one.
I think it's unlimited at this point. We had limited to 12 at some point, but I believe recently we've made that unlimited, so you can create as many as you want.
And there's a question back to the white label. What are the hosting requirements for the new white label? And the answer to that is that we host the white label platform for you, so that we're taking care of all the requirements for security and image hosting and connection to Facebook. So we allow you to add your own domain to the login page. And your white label would be at your own subdomain that's set up, and you can add a domain name to that, so you can direct people to my platform, my fan page platform.com if you wanted to, and that would take them to the login page. But we take care of all the hosting for you in that. And again, TabSite.com/white label for all the details on that. There was a follow-up question: can I get the white label if I have the free subscription? The answer to that would be no, that the white label is a paid plan, and it's available, again, for those who want to handle multiple fan pages and have their own branding available there.
There's a question from Twitter here, just simply asking where do you get the images to use for backgrounds? There's a variety of resources out there. Getty Images is one. Photo Bucket and different things like that are great places to look for images there. You can also look at Google Images as well. They have a good resource for images out there as well. So those are some resources for imagery.
Troy, there's a question: how many Facebook social widgets are recommended to use per TabSite?
There's no definite answer to that one. I think it just depends on what type of interaction you'd like to have for your different fans. If you would like them to comment on images or information, you add the comments widget. If you'd like them to add a like button so they like that, so it shows up and becomes more viral, you add that. There's no set number of social plugins that you use, but at the same time, we definitely recommend utilizing some of them because they do add some interaction to your page and allow you to just be more viral with those. So we recommend definitely something there.
All right, there was a question about making the Welcome tab the default page, and again, the way you do that is by going to the tab that you want to make default, clicking that pencil icon drop down, and then selecting Set as Default Page, and then that's basically generating a process of communication from TabSite to your fan page that is making that page the default page. Now, the one thing to note about this is that you, as an admin of the page, are always going to be taken to the wall. So even if you try to go as a visitor would and go back to it. All right, let's see. And I didn't have a good connection that time. I know my connection is a little slow here just because of all the webinar bandwidth I'm pulling. So, but that's where you do it, and the default landing page, you'll be taking to the wall as a fan page admin. But as long as you go to that pencil drop down and set it as default, then you're setting that as the default page for new visitors.
There's another question from Twitter, just wanting us to show how to get to subpages from a main page. You simply go to My Subpages, click to Open Subpages, and then that'll list all your subpages right there. So the like gate will be in there. Then any subpages that you've created will show up right in that area. And again, you can kind of reorder these by dragging them around as well, up or down. You can rename them by clicking Rename, Delete, set it as default, which that'll be the first sub tab that shows up underneath that main tab when someone clicks on that. And then, like Mike showed earlier, you can look at the keyboard density.
All right, there was a question about, can we integrate a contact form emails to our autoresponders? So our contact form, as you saw there when Troy demoed that, basically it allows you to just simply enter in an email address, and then any submissions are going to go to that email address. So if you want something a little bit beyond that with a autoresponder capability, then again, your best bet is to use your a service that offers the autoresponders, such as your email blast system, where you can set up a form, and you get the code for that form. And if you're using Constant Contact, MailChimp, or Delivra, you can use our email widget for that. Drop their form code in there, and then when they sign up, based on what you have with their platform, you could set up the autoresponder to trigger, such as with MailChimp or Delivra, so that upon their submission, they're added to a list, and whatever routine you've set up in that platform of MailChimp or Delivra, for instance, then they would get the automatic email that way. There was a related question, someone recommending the DM Pro from Lyris. And again, if they offer you the ability to create a web sign-up form in their platform, you can create that form in their platform and bring it over, use our code widget in the gold plan, and have that form on the fan page so that submissions would go to your list that way.
One other question via Twitter was simply, are you recording this webinar? And yes, the answer to that is yes, we're recording that webinar, and we'll be posting that here in the next 24 hours or so. Also, I just want to mention a great resource to learn TabSite and a lot of these tips and tricks we went over today. You can go into blog.tabsite.com, look at our blogs. We've got a lot of how-to information out there with some videos and screenshots and different things like that. It's a fabulous resource for finding out tips and tricks and how to utilize different widgets and so forth within TabSite.
All right, just trying to scale through the questions here a little further. And there was a question about the video, what types do we allow there. So yes, you can embed a YouTube video, and we allowed the Vimeo or a Flash or SWF video link. So those are the current ones that we have specific setups for. And again, if if you have a video hosted, elsewhere, and you want to use the code widget, you can always embed other things that way. And there was can I make a custom image on the tab work as a like button? And basically, the Facebook like is set up by Facebook. It's an automatic feature there with the like button, so you can't customize a image. Facebook, for the like function, wants to they auto-generate that like image. So that's on Facebook what they create for that. So there is not an ability to add a custom image for the Facebook like. There was a question with the Save as Template, Troy. Can you use that for more than one client? So I think the question is, if you create a page here for a tab and then use the Save as Template feature, can you use that on other fan pages? And the answer is yes, and any of the fan pages. So if you admin, I've got a boatload of fan pages here, and so I could select another one and then simply go to my templates when I'm working on that fan page, and my templates will be there, and I can bring in that template on that fan page. All right, there was someone saying, I'm a bit confused about the difference between tabs and subpages. Troy, you want to tackle that one again?
Sure, absolutely. When we refer to tabs or main level tabs, those are the tabs that are going to show up on the left-hand menu within your Facebook fan page. So those are the main level tabs. Sub-tabs will actually show up on the top of your fan page, and they will allow you to just create multiple content and kind of categorize that content underneath the tabs. So sub-tabs will show up along the top, and main level tabs will show up on the left-hand side.
All right, there was a question about contests, and contest is a pretty broad word there in terms of what you want to do. So, do we have some type of specific functionality that captures names and has them do a certain function? No, but can you kind of create your own special features? Yeah, we believe so, particularly with the light gate. So, for instance, if you had a light gate where you are encouraging them to like the page, tell a little bit about yourself, maybe have an intro video or something like that, and then tell them that upon liking the page, you're going to give them access to a downloadable PDF coupon or something like that. Absolutely. So on your tab content below that, you could have the coupon that they can print off, or a PDF that they can link to. I know that was another question. Can you upload a PDF document? And yes, with the I want to say it's definitely at the gold level. I don't even.
Yeah, it's at the gold level with the content editor. You can actually we kind of have it up on the screen here. You can actually insert a file here. So you click that, and it'll allow you to find that file. So you can insert a file, put it on there. People can click that, and they can download that file. Yeah, the question is a light gate opaque, or can you adjust the transparency? You can't directly adjust the transparency on our light gate. However, you can integrate a transparent ping image if you choose. When you create a ping image, if you add some transparency to that image, it can kind of show through there. So that's one option.
Teach me how to customize a link, taking away underline and changing font in a link. Change the font color.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to change a link or change a font color, a lot of times you utilize that in the container properties. So your link color is right there. If you want to change your link color, you can change it to red. You can choose whatever color you want there. That's where you would change that link color. Font colors, you would change them here as well. So if you want to make it blue, make that nice and gaudy with a blue text with a purple link, you're more than welcome to do that. So you can choose whatever you want there.
Using the content editor, your links will have the a hyperlink underline. But if you wanted to get around that, I mean, you can simply add text and leave that as text on the page. So in this case, we have the word text, and then you can do a hot link over that piece of text, and then this would force that area to be a link, but the word text will not be visible, that it is a hyperlink. So that's a way to have text be linkable somewhere, but not necessarily show the normal kind of blue hyperlink or even a underline link at all. We had a question about the global header and footer, so you want to go through that one quick.
Yeah, sure. Global header and footers, you can find those by going to My Subpages, Open Subpage, and then you have global header and footer down here. Basically, what those will do is, if you add content, just like simple pages, if you add content to them, that information will show up in the header of all of your pages underneath that tab, and then all your subpages there. And if you have the global footer, likewise, that same content will show up underneath there. So a lot of times people will put a link in the global footer to their website or whatever the case may be, and they want that to be across the board on all their subpages. You can simply add that one time, and then it'll show up on every one of your subpages. So it's just a way to save a little bit of time and put something in there once that'll go across the board for all your subpages.
All right, I know we're running over here a little bit, so we're going to try to wrap up the. We're able to stay for a number more minutes. So if you want to stay and ask your question, that's fine. There was a question about how to customize that icon. So this is how you customize the favicon icon in the left navigation for each tab. So edit custom icon right here. That's going to bring up a dialog box where you would load the icon. Let's see. And there was a question about, I created tabs before the drag and drop capability was introduced. Can I edit them now using drag and drop? No, those are basically two separate systems. So that the original content editor system and then the new drag and drop. One possibility that you can do is copy your text in the old one and then go over and bring in a content widget on the new drag and drop tab and add those. So there is some work in moving that over, but we just do recommend that you would move over to the drag and build system, just with the power and flexibility that it offers there. And let's see, I had a question about the YouTube video. So okay, I think I have in my subpages here, was this the tab that I have it on? I don't think that one is it. Under my webinar tab, I think I have a video already in here, so that's just take you over there quickly. And subpages, do I have one here? All right, so I kind of have a ready-made tab that I put together here, and there's a video that I have, and I was using the video widget right here that was brought over. So if I right-click on that and edit the widget, it brings it up. In this case, I was using a YouTube video, and notice that I use the full YouTube embed code. So let me just jump over there. I believe I still have it up. Yes, okay. So here's our YouTube channel, and like any YouTube video has the share function underneath it there. So if you click the share function, this is the URL, but in this case we don't need the URL, we need the embed code. So I'm going to embed, and I'm going down, and here's the code it's giving me. And one of the keys to note is that you have different size options, and that changes your code, and you can do those. Remember, our width on a fan page is 520, so I want to do that accordingly, and let's just say I want to put it in at 500, and it automatically gives me the height then, 500, 369. I can go up and grab that code, and then go back to my fan page and embed that code in there and accept it, and that video is here. And now you see how that video is fairly large here because it's 520, and so I want to make it fit within that. I can just simply grab that corner and shrink it down and watch TabSite do its magic of resizing that video. Okay, so I can fit it in there. If I want to make it smaller again, I can do that, and the TabSite magic takes over and it resizes that video accordingly right there. All right, so again, thanks for being with us here. You can find out information on the TabSite white label at tabsite.com/white label. Stay tuned as we continue to get the ready-made templates put together and announced coming out. We're going to stay on here for a little bit longer and answer a few questions. So we are watching this question trail. If you still need anything, we'll be around here for a few minutes. But again, thanks for being with us here. And have a good day. If you're taking off, we're going to stick around and answer a few more questions. Okay, we had a question that says, I use Constant Contact to set up a tab for Facebook. Is this the same tab that can be created through TabSite? The answer is no. Constant Contact does give you a sign-up tab that you can use. That's a separate tab, totally unrelated to ours. What we're giving you the ability to do is use their web sign-up form from within Constant Contact and bring that over and place it on your TabSite tab. So that way you can, customize more things around it. So maybe you want to give them an introductory video first up above, and then you want to say, for the full length, submit your information here in this form. So that would be where your Constant Contact code goes. So we're just trying to give you more flexibility in where you put that. So those are two different entities.
There's a question there. Says some of your widgets remind me of widget box widgets. Are there any connections? And no, we are not associated with widget box in any way. These are all uniquely customized for TabSite.
We will be announcing the Gold Plan winner on our fan page, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. So that winner is not going to be announced live today, but it's going to be announced tomorrow. We are recording this, and we will post the video and the slides. There was a question about Facebook's internal search. Does it pick up on the tab names? For instance, someone searched for one of your custom tabs, not your Facebook name. Now the answer to that is no. That Facebook search is related to people, their profile names, or to pages, their actual page name, and not tabs that they have on the page in Facebook search. Will TabSite interfere with other apps on your page? Jeff, why would you need any other apps when you have the great suite of tools with TabSite? No, we don't interfere with any other apps. I mean, each app is its own entity, totally separate and unrelated there, so no interference. Could you make a hotspot to like a button on your own image? You could. So the question is, the hotspot, I guess if you wanted to try to, because anytime you get that Facebook social plugin for the like, it's part of the code that Facebook gives you for that to be able to like it. It is generating the image within that code. So, there's wanting you to use that like button for the like feature.
And I think it's a good idea also to use the actual like button that Facebook gives you just for branding reasons. I think a lot of times people are familiar with their version of the like button. They know what that is, and anytime someone tries to put in an alternate image there, I think that might get confusing for the site visitor. So our recommendation is to and I don't think there's an option here, but you keep that like button as the like button. I think is a good thing.
We did have a question earlier about having a landing page that has multiple images on it, and then having them be linked back to different spots on the website. And again, so you want to put your landing page image in, and then you could use the Hotlink widget to highlight certain areas of that image and direct them to certain spots on your website. So that's the way to break up one large image and have it, say go to each 5 different locations on that image, go to 5 different URLs on your site. Troy, anything on Twitter that we need to tackle yet?
No, I don't see any further questions on Twitter at this time. So I think we're good there.
There was a question: would a widget box widget code work with your code tool? And oftentimes, again, yes, that is the case. That with the code widget, you can gain some more flexibility. We know that people have used WooBox and some others to create more customized forms with 15 fields on them. So that's a web application that allows you to create a form, and then they grab that code and embed that in the code widget. So some widget box tools could work that way. I know that there's code for features such as Rumble Chat, those types of things. You can have a chat feature by embedding code in our code widget.
There's another question here on Twitter. It says, is this compatible with vertical response? Honestly, I'm not real familiar with vertical response. I'm not exactly sure what that is. If vertical response offers some sort of code, again, as Mike was saying, you could drop that third-party code within the code widget, and it could show up on your TabSite.
All right, we had a question from Sue about the background image. That was what we did at the beginning of the webinar. So your background images are all created under tab properties. So you go to tab properties and background. There you can either set a background color by using the color wheel, or you can drag to upload an image and then accept that and choose your variabilities. I used a small image and repeated it here, so that allowed that image to repeat. So it's under the green tab properties background. That's where you set your background image.
We have a TabSite question through Twitter that is, will you create a widget that allows overlays on a tab, on a Facebook tab? I'm not 100% sure exactly what you're asking there, but if you're talking light gate, as far as overlaying, kind of shadowing what's behind it, that's commonly done by through Photoshop, creating an image and so forth. I mentioned transparent ping as well. So those are some ways to take a look at that. So hopefully I'm answering your question there in regards to overlays.
All right, I think we're going to call it a wrap then, and thanks for your time, your attention. For those who were staying after, thanks for your interest and activity here. So hopefully we've given you tools and tips that can make your experience with TabSite just even better, and that can help you get the most out of all the features and the creativity that TabSite allows. So stay tuned for the winner being mentioned tomorrow on our fan page, and again we'll be posting the slides, the video, and information on our next upcoming webinar following that. So thanks, have a great day.